is a native Calistogan coach, at least for me. When I think Dick Vermeil, next person I think about, of course, we think about your lovely wife, Carol, who I've had the pleasure of meeting, but in the sports realm, who we think of is Louie Giammona, your nephew, who you had the pleasure of coaching for a couple years on the Eagles.
Yeah.
What can you tell folks about Louis as a player and as a person too, if you'd like? And what was that experience for you coaching a relative of yours and the fellow Calistogan at in the pro level?
Well, Louis was a gifted athlete. I mean, truly gifted athlete. And fortunately for me, I think it was 1979, I lost all three of my running backs in one game. I'm at the end of a game thinking of playing a defensive safety at running back because I knew he could jump in and fill in. Okay.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
and so I knew Louis had played at the with the Jets. We actually coached against him in training camps when he was there, and knew he was a fine college football player. He led the nation in all-purpose yards his senior year, and he was a sixth-round draft point. And he was out there. It's not like today where there's free agency and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't have any draft choices anyway. My first 3 years with the Eagles, so he was available. I called him up. He was rehabbing a knee operation or knee issue anyway. And I, would you like to finish out a season helping me as a running back? Because I need some help. And we brought him in. He passed the physical because I told the doctors to pass him. Okay. And he passed the physical. Right away, he made a contribution on the special teams and as a backup running back. We beat the Dallas Cowboys one day with him as a starting running back because Wilbert Montgomery couldn't start. And he played well.
Wow.
He was probably the leading player on our special teams, and he played there 4 years. And but he's just a gifted athlete, and he was very, very a big contributor to our success and act morale. He was a little bit of a character. Okay, there was a little profile part of him that positively or negatively influenced guys around him, depending on what he was doing. But he made a very positive contribution to our football team, and I never kept him on the team because he was my nephew, because he performed well, especially on special teams. And one of the toughest kids, pound for pound, I ever coached. I didn't realize how tough he was. I knew he was a gifted athlete because he could pick up a golf club and play. He could go in the basketball court and play. He could go in the baseball game and play. It's just what he was. And in his bloodline, it was the DiMaggio family. His grandmother was a part of the DiMaggio family of San Francisco. So there
Oh
was some
wow.
good beside Vermeil's in there and his dad, Giammona's. Okay. So it was a good experience. It was a good experience. And I don't think it ever caused me a problem because
Yeah.
the players gained, the players elected him as captains, okay, as a special teams captain, not me.
Yeah.
I didn't appoint him. So anyway, it was a good experience. And he's living now full time in Key West, and I see him once a year when we go down there and spend some time.
I'd love to chat with him at some point as well. And
He's a
I
little bit
appreciate.
crazy. He's a little bit crazy. He always was a little bit wired. My wife always said, I used to babysit him, and he was wired when he was a child. Just some guys have that in there. They're always going to be attacking and aggressive within their own personality and displaying their skills.
Makes him a good player on that makes sense of why he was a special teams captain. You know, you gotta be a little crazy to be really
Yeah.
good at special teams.